And guys, here's one of the first lessons I want you to think about too in marketing. You speak to everybody, you speak to nobody, right? And now I know that was the wrong approach for sure. But back then I was just trying to survive. So I was trying to talk to anybody I could talk to, you know? Now I have a target market and an audience and a specific type of person that I'm looking for, you know? But at the time, again, I was struggling. I was going broke. I felt invisible. And I felt like I'd made a huge mistake because I was watching my bankroll go backwards and I was just struggling. It was like, oh my gosh, did I make a mistake? Because I went from being the top to now being the bottom and sinking, you know? So it was a really, really hard time for me. And it felt like the more that I tried, you know, the harder I was. It was like quicksand. It was like the more I struggled, the quicker I sank. And I remember I even called my dad feeling like a failure. I was like, Dad, you know, I was crying. I was like, I thought I was going to have to sell my house and, you know, just I was a failure. Like I was failing after being so successful. And it hurt. It hurt real bad. Some of you listening right now can identify with a story like this. Maybe you were on the top. Maybe you've never had to search for a job before, and now you find yourself like, what is going on in my life? You know, I went from the top. I was the top producer to hitting the bottom, and like it hurt. I really struggled with that. It shook my identity. Like my identity was a winner. My identity was a trophy winner. I had the trophy every year. I was a competitor, competitive, and just, you know, all of a sudden now I'm watching other people win the trophies and I'm like, oh my gosh. And it just hurt. And not that I was sad or mad for them. I wasn't a hater. I wasn't like hating on other people for winning, but man, I was sad for losing, that it wasn't me, that I wasn't part of the conversation, you know, I was losing. And then one day, everything kind of changed. Just one day. I remember that day. I went and was doing a coffee meeting. Somebody I don't know how I even really got connected with them. It was probably LinkedIn. It was probably a message I had sent because, again, I'm trying to set meetings with anybody and everybody and then trying to convert it into an opportunity. And I'm sitting down, old school coffee networking, having a conversation with this gentleman, and he asked me what I do. And I told him, I was like, you know, I'm in financial services. I do investments and insurance and 401k rollovers and retirement and all that. And he said, wait, you do retirement 401k rollovers? I said, yeah. He said, well, there's a group in South Lake that could probably use your help. There's a lot of people over there. It's a job networking group called South Lake Focus Group. And then literally he got up and he prayed over me. And this guy, when I say he prayed over me, it was like one of the most bold type prayers. He was speaking in tongues, doing like breathing, all like deep breath work, laid his hands on me. I mean, this is a stranger. I don't know if he could see the desperation in me. I mean, I wasn't not in a good spot. But it was like he blessed me and said, go forth to the job seeker community. Now look at me 10 years later. This is what I do. and I'm so passionate about it, and I love it. So to that gentleman, I want to say thank you. And to God, thank you for seeing that and blessing me to be a blessing. I just want to say I'm so grateful for that. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to serve these people every single day. It really does fulfill me. And the way that I've done it, the way that I've intertwined career strategy and financial strategy together to be able to help people on both sides, because when you're in a career transition, you're in a financial transition. It's the entire reason why we go to work in the first place, right?